All right, next section is what's new in this agreement. So the biggest change is the one that we mentioned kind of right out of the gate, and that is the change by the state of Ohio that requires us to require you to make contributions to your accounts within 10 days of your notification. So what we've done is structured that and given you 3 options to be able to make those contributions. One, you can make your contribution into your portal, and when we roll this out, I'm going to make sure that we send some instructions for those that don't know how to contribute into your portal directly. Yes, you can still mail a check. That's fine too. The other thing that we're going to be able to do is you can move money from one of your properties that's cash flowing to a property that has the deficit. Now, that being said, the caveat to that is you can move money only if you hold that property in the exact same name with the exact same banking information. So for those of you that hold each property in one LLC, so you have 10 LLCs, this would not, you are not going to have that option. Must be same name, must be same banking information on those properties to allow you to transfer those funds. The last thing we're doing is offering short-term loans for that deficit amount. Those will be 10%, and we'll get into the details of that in another couple of slides. So,
and it's absolutely the moving between properties is a limitation of software. Right. We have great software, but as we're learning and we're going to talk about more, it has some limitations. Yeah. But moving money when it's not the same property is one of those.
The other thing that was new, really, that's where I'd like you to camp out on that draft. And again, we've made some changes to it that we'll go into. But your fee structure is where you're going to find the biggest changes. So if you are interested in the basic plan, you're going to find that in section 2H. And if you plan to do the premium plan, you're going to find that in section 2I. All right, changes from the draft that we rolled out to you when we gave you the notification. The biggest change is a big typo that we found 5 minutes after we hit send, and that is in number 13 on your scheduling fee, of the schedule of fees. It applies only to taxes. We are not going to have service fees or any of that kind of stuff on the insurance. Totally different process. It applies only to taxes, and it applies to taxes because it is a huge undertaking within the accounting department. You know, we're in Ohio, and most of our counties mail the tax bills to us, so someone has to open every envelope. We have to print checks. We have to send them back. We don't even have the ability to pay online with each and every one of our counties. So to pay, when you've elected for us to pay your taxes, that's where you're going to find those fees apply to you.
But not on your insurance.
No, not at all.
That's an upload. We can spit out a report from the insurance software and upload it into the portal, and it takes 5 minutes. So that's not fee worthy. So I apologize, we missed that one.
Yeah. The other change in the draft that you'll find is related to the balances due. So no contribution within 10 days of the notification, you're automatically going to transfer to a loan. We are going to be notifying you and reaching out to you in many ways. So the 10-day notification, people are going to be coming after you, call, text, email, call, text, email. So when you get past that 10 days, you've been properly notified. What's going to change is going to read that it's a 10% per annum, and it's no less than a $25 per month until your balance is paid in full. The other thing you're going to find now in that schedule of fees is you now have an item 17 that relates to this, because there's a processing fee for if you go into that 10% loan. There will also be a processing fee if you elect to transfer funds to cover that deficit, or a combination of both of them. So